25 years of Monster Jam has led to this night. The Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs. The track at Sam Boyd Stadium has been redone, and it is now time to crown our Monster Jam World Finals 18 Freestyle Champion. The nerves are through the roof. The drivers are ready to do battle, and Monster Jam fans from all over the world are here tonight in Las Vegas for the ultimate spring family vacation and the Monster Jam World Finals 18. Who will bring the momentum, the big air, the wow moments, and maybe even tricks that have yet to be seen by Monster Jam fans and our 32 superstars competing for that trophy right now. It's time to crown our Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle Champion. Monster Jam fans from around the world, welcome to the Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs. It's time to crown our Freestyle World Champion. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. After Ryan Anderson and Son of a Digger took the racing championship, the buzz is that he can pull it off and double down here tonight, which hasn't been done since 2002.
You might be able to make the case, and a strong one, that this is the best chance we've had since 2002 for somebody to win both. But when I look at this track, really it makes it even more wide open. There's something for everybody. Stadium elements, great arena elements, even old school with the buses out there. A lot of surprises could be coming up, and a name we're going to talk about right now. A lot of buzz about a kid named Tyler Menninger in Gravedigger. The amazing moves he makes are a viral sensation. The obstacles he uses on Triple Threat are built into this track. It's going to be wild.
32 trucks and superstars are fired up and ready to be the one who stands on top claiming that Freestyle World Championship. And if you're here for big air, amazing saves, and brand new tricks, Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle starts now. So Scott, we have an incredible lineup of Monster Jam superstars, and it kicks off with Alex Blackwell and Megalodon.
Yeah, this is the order we'll see them in. Of course, Tristan England, Earthshaker, earned the 32nd spot by winning the Double Down Showdown.
Matt Buyten in Metal Militia looking to make a big statement here at the World Finals. And then Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower, awesome to see her back, and this time actually freestyling too.
Some incredible young talent and some veterans mixed in there as well. Cody Saucier looked really good on this track in Monster Energy.
Cam McQueen, Northern Nightmare last year, coming in with the corkscrew. Will he do it again? Rumor has it he wants to do something different.
How many backflips from Scott Buto and Team Hot Wheels Firestorm? He had 3 last year.
And Adam Anderson in Gravedigger looking to go back-to-back after winning last year's Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle Championship. Now here is our criteria. The only thing that's really different besides judging is that it's 2 straight minutes, not 1.5 minutes with a 30-second bonus time.
But let's focus on those last 2 lines. All the fans have the chance to be judges for the first time ever. Anybody, get your smartphone out during the event. They can go to judgeszone.com. It'll score in quarter-point increments, so it's going to look different when we see the scores. First for Alex Blackwell and Megalodon, and we'll go with it as it comes up. But the winner will not be a 38 or a 40. It's going to be something less than 10 with 3 decimal points behind it.
And the perfect score is a 10, but you have to wow the biggest fans from around the world. And up first, it's Alex Blackwell in the brand new Megalodon Monster Jam truck. That thing looks so mean.
You know, Alex wasn't sure when they came to him and said, we want you to drive this new truck. He kind of looked at it and said, is this going to work? First pit party that he ended up going to on an arena tour. Absolutely lined about the door to see this truck. Alex knew he had a winner.
And an awesome save already for Alex Blackwell here on this redesigned track from last night's racing. The Dirt crew did a phenomenal job getting it prepared for tonight, and 32 superstars getting ready to battle it out here at Freestyle.
I don't know if there's any great spot in this lineup, but how tough is it to come out here and go first? But Alex is setting the bar high right off the bat.
I feel like, too, if you are first, that's your goal. You know, you might win if you're really lucky because you look at the lineup, but you come out, you set the bar high, it's like, beat that.
Well, and the other thing that some drivers will tell you is that the advantage is everything's fresh. There's nothing beat down yet. You've got, you know, big ramps the way they're supposed to be, all the obstacles, and this one here, too.
The first backflip of the night.
Too much, overdid it.
Trying to give it some gas.
Didn't quite get a bite. If it would come up a little bit more, I think he could have flipped it back around.
Had about 30 seconds left in freestyle for Alex Blackwell and Megalodon. The fans seemed to love it, and it had some great air, too.
Well, no doubt about that fact. And, you know, when you talk about Alex Blackwell, a guy with the breadth of experience he has in arenas and in stadiums, and as we mentioned in our opening comments, there are a lot of elements built into this track from all different types of Monster Jam tracks. Alex hit most of them, and on the back flip, he just overdid it a little bit, got a little bit of a bad bounce.
There's our first score, a 6.799 as scored by all of the fans here at Sam Boyd Stadium at JudgesZone.com. And looking to make a big impact right now, it's Bryce Kenny in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior.
You know, this is exciting to see against so much new talent. Here's a guy just getting into it, and he's going to be a big star in the sport.
Bryce Kenny has had a few opportunities to freestyle in some stadiums. This is the biggest stage he's been on.
I would love if I could make a good combination between a good solid arena freestyle and having a little bit of finesse in there, along with a good solid stadium freestyle, including some big air.
You know, Scott, I kind of look at freestyle now with the different changes, kind of like a half pipe run. You start out with a couple cool tricks, you get into some technical grinds, then you go for the big 1080, and the place goes wild.
What we're going to have to see, this is the first time, and to pull this out of the World Finals, you got to, I don't know if you tip your hat or say these guys are brave when I'm talking about Monster Jam's officials who make these decisions to roll out this whole new scoring system, to take officials out of the mix, to take actual judges with tablets and scoring. All that's out of the mix. Every fan has input. So we're going to see, and I think what may happen is wow factors may get a little bigger recognition because, again, the fans are going to love those. Will they reward a run start to finish in technical excellence? Let's hope so.
And Bryce Kenny in the mix right now is
nice.
A great freestyle, quite possibly his best in a stadium so far. Great save.
Wait a minute, did he just take the fountain out in the second run?
Had to cool off. He's heating up here. Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. This is only the second freestyle of the night so far, too. And 30 seconds left.
Nice job by the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior. Bryce Kenny, the moment is not too big for him. He is really showing these fans that he's going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Kind of looks like braids in his hair there with those balloons. Back into the pond. 13 seconds left for Great Clips Mohawk Warrior.
This is an outstanding run from somebody in his first ever freestyle in Sam Boyd Stadium.
There you go, some big air over the bus stack.
Outstanding run. I would think that the score should be pretty decent.
He should definitely be pumped.
If you're a fan, you know, you're going to have that fan reaction, but if you're taking it seriously, it's hard to score somebody really big early. You want to put a decent number up and then make somebody beat it. But let's see what they do on this.
And there's the save from Bryce Kenny, a splash.
Oh, the fountain's dead
into the
now.
fountain. And then some big air, too. I mean, coming from Bryce Kenny, who we haven't seen a whole lot from yet, this has been great. And it's an 8.100. He is your new leader in freestyle with Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, but 30 other superstars to go.
And we don't know how these scoring's going to work out with the fans. 8.1 sounds like a pretty good number to me, when the most you can get is 10. And 10 technically would be impossible because there would have to be every person in this building put in a 10 to average a 10. Randy Brown, gravedigger, veteran on the track, and we mentioned it during the racing program, Ryan, that he has competed here before in Man of Steel and in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle truck, but this is his first running gravedigger on this, and he's excited about it.
And it's the 35th celebration, year celebration of the gravedigger camp, too, so I don't think you can have too many gravediggers, and I'm sure he loves being in that seat right now.
No such thing as too many gravediggers.
And a sky wheelie, riding it across the pad. Randy Brown looking pretty good, and after Bryce Kenny's run, got to step it up a little bit.
Oh, come on back, and yep, he's back on course. Fans loving that.
Jumping out of their seats already here for our freestyle competition, and with the World Finals Freestyle Championship on the line, if luck is on your side, that's not a bad thing.
Champion this year of Arena Tour 4, Randy Brown and gravedigger having a solid run. He's got to pick up, I think, a little bit. If he can save this one.
There we go. 51 seconds left for Randy Brown and gravedigger in freestyle. 2 saves already.
See if he can finish strong. Trying to get Bryce Kenny out of the hot seat. Boy, that's got some serious elevation. And he landed it beautifully in the, what was once a fountain. Now it's just a fishing hole.
You're pretty upset about that, aren't you? It's Monster Jam. Anything on the track isn't going to last that long. 30 seconds left here in freestyle. Can Randy Brown pull something out that is going to score him above an 8.100 right now? Truck looking a little rough.
Wow. Oh, my. Oh, my. Boy, here's where the safety gear comes into impact. Let's see how quick that goes off the onboard. They get the fire out. Look how quick Randy's out. The quick release belts, being able to just one move to get the steering wheel off. He's out. Look at him. He's in great shape. That one.
We'll
make you a little nervous, but
yeah.
Safety.
Maybe it's Monster Jam popcorn cooking. Here's one of the first saves here where ended up endoing back on all 4 BKT tires, and freestyle continued for Randy Brown and Gravedigger. Here's the other save too.
Yeah, these were pretty, and what you just see, things falling everywhere, but Randy doing okay. This was the scary moment at the end, but again, the safety gear coming through, and Randy's in good shape. Let's hear from him.
Oh man, I'm doing great. You know what? All that safety equipment we wear come in handy right then. That fire came in that cab. I saw it circle around me. Didn't panic one bit. Got out of the truck. Everything's golden.
In his 9th freestyle since 2006, sitting in a 7.800. Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior in the lead right now with an 8.1. And up next, it's Becky McDonough and El Toro Loco.
Already the horn off. You know, remember, she was the hard luck story when we watched racing last week right here on FS1. She actually beat Colt Michaelberger and Max D in round 1, but tore the truck up, couldn't come back. So now she's going to take a little bit out of the track, I believe.
Well, when your motto is be pretty, play dirty, you got to expect insanity at some point in time during racing and in freestyle too. And Becky McDonough this year winning freestyle in Toronto, and then the end of last year in Minneapolis, in her hometown too, with that back-to-back flip. I'd love to see that again.
Yeah, those were both against top-level competition in big stadiums. So she really has come into her own here in the last year or so, especially on these big stadium freestyle courses.
And two, from where she started, just a fan, to then crewing, to now driving and dominating in Monster Jam, you got to give kudos and props where it's due. And Becky McDonough is becoming one of the premier drivers here in Monster Jam.
Absolutely, and you know, her fan base is huge as well. Saw some great signs for her out there at pit party today. I know they're up in the stands right now. There she goes.
Lining up.
Nailed it.
Crowd's loving it. Becky McDonough, El Toro Loco, 45 seconds left in freestyle.
Boy, just think how far we've come in the last few years from where, wow, somebody did a backflip. Now it's almost required, and you have to land it and land it brilliantly or do something that hasn't been done before with it to really make noise out here. And this one's going to end a little too early for Becky.
Like last week, we got the onboard with Becky McDonough upside down at the end of her run, and great highlights. And, you know, Becky McDonough just awesome here, and pretty excited, too, to be a part of the big show for the first time.
You got to remember, all these fans here as well are some of the biggest fans in Monster Jam. They come from all over the world. They know the criteria, they know the rules, and they know you're supposed to fill the clock. And so her score just going to be a 7.073.
I was sitting out there watching Bryce Kenny and all them, and I couldn't see much. All I could see is just how much air they were getting. So that was my biggest thing. Wanted to stay cool, calm, and collected. I didn't want to get in my head, but seeing all their air made me like feel that I had to go out there and go that much bigger.
We still have 28 competitors left, all vying for the World Finals Freestyle Championship. Who will it be? Stick around as Monster Jam continues on FS1 from Sam Boyd Stadium. Welcome back to the Monster Jam World Finals 18, presented by NGK Spark Plugs, a sold-out Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. Let's take a look in with our current leader.
Who's ready for America's Best Look-In?
I'm having so much fun here in Vegas, and I couldn't be more thankful for every single person watching this, sitting in the stands. That's what that's all about. Has nothing to do with the scores. It's that everybody's out here happy and ready for some more trucks.
I'd say he's a little pumped up.
QB after the run he just put in, and he's in the lead at his first ever Monster Jam World Finals freestyle competition. Take a look here, Tristan England in Earthshaker. We'll look at some of his highlights. They started to try to get a little moonwalk there. That's a move that really has been developed in the arenas on the Triple Threat Series. Interested to see if anybody can really execute a good one here. Tristan had a nice run on his first maiden voyage, if you will, on this track.
6.888, nailed his first ever backflip too, and BJ Johnson in Gas Monkey Garage was looking good in freestyle, but couldn't quite pull it off here tonight.
Yeah, again, you got to fill the clock, and the scores, even though it's coming from all of the fans serving as judges at judgeszone.com, they're going to look for you to fill that clock. They can see how much is left. You got to give them 2 full minutes of action. Great clips, Mohawk Warrior, Bryce Kenny, 8.100. With this all being brand new, we don't know what it's going to take to win, but that looks like a good score. Colt Stevens brings out our flagship truck, FS1 Cletus, his first chance to freestyle on this floor.
Well, this year finally was able to reveal himself driving Doomsday last year and on the FS1 West Championship Series. Phenomenal racing and even more phenomenal freestyle for him, so the future is bright.
Son of one of the originals, Scott Stevens, who brought out the first ever King Crunch some 30 years ago. And boy, it's just so much fun to see these second generation superstars, the Andersons and the like, and Colt is right in there with them. And he has really gotten aggressive.
Keeping up with Monster Jam on social media too, you get to see highlights from all of our events, and the air that Colt Stevens has gotten this year is absolutely unreal, coupled with momentum, huge saves. I mean, he's got the total package.
Pretty nice leap right there. Again, Bryce Kenny was really keeping that Great Clips Mohawk Warrior with a lot of action, a lot of momentum, and Colt's kind of doing the same thing. You're not going to get away with running around on this track looking for something to hit. You better have a plan, and you better execute.
I would say, though, that Colt Stevens getting a little higher in the air in FS1 Cletus than our current leader, Bryce Kenny, in the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, and here he is lining up for the backflip.
Boy, he stuck that landing, didn't he? Still got almost a minute to go, too.
And we got a bunch of drivers on the roof right now watching, too, to see what everyone before them is doing and try to get a feel for the track. And I really think that they're enjoying this space right here in the middle. Plenty of room to recover to go to the next pad and the next move.
You know, that was the, I guess, main theme I heard from a lot of drivers when they got their first look at the track today. Of course, they didn't see it until this afternoon. It's completely redesigned overnight. And that's what they were saying. They said, this has got the kind of things we need to go big and still recover the truck.
Kind of on the ragged edge right now, but FS1 Cletus, Colt Stevens still on all 4 BKT tires. But that is the end of the run, and a great one, too.
Yeah, he had some nice moments in here. Probably the biggest air that we saw, came very close to filling the clock, but about 15 seconds short, I believe, was the final number. Look how high he gets. The elevation really strong, and he just stuck the landing brilliantly on this backflip.
It's a 7.864 for FS1 Cletus, Colt Stevens. Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, still a score to beat at 8.1, and it's Jimmy Creedon and Bounty Hunter.
Still a good, strong run for Colt, and here's a former Monster Jam World Freestyle Champion, but that Freestyle Championship came back in 2005. Jimmy would love to kind of bookend a great career. Not that he's done by any means, but by adding another World Championship trophy. And again, as great a racer as he's been, his one title came in freestyle.
And he also has been on the FS1 West Championship Series all year. He's had some moments that kind of left him frustrated, so hopefully he can channel all of that into this freestyle right now.
Yeah, and he was frustrated in racing, as we saw here last week. It was not the Bounty Hunter racing operation we're used to seeing. It wasn't his night. Maybe this will be his night.
And he has the Chris Kyle emblem on the side of his truck with the Chris Kyle Foundation. So fans absolutely love that, and the new paint scheme here with Bounty Hunter.
Yeah, not sure where he was going there. That wasn't really a spot where he really cut into a donut. Got out of it pretty quick, so that's the best you can do at that point. Nice position. When you can get it straight up and down like that and get some air underneath the truck, it just looks brilliant.
Takes the air right out of you, too, in that landing. But Jimmy Creedon looking for the next big move here, going for the fountain.
A lot of wet trucks, I think, by the time this night's going to be over.
Cleaning it up before they head home. That long trip across the United States back to Taconic, Kansas.
Jimmy Creedon, of course, the Bounty Hunter, a true family operation. Multiple trucks operate for this team, and boy, they run top-notch equipment. And as you can see, to come out here and be a threat every year, as Jimmy has been, is a tribute to their entire operation. 20
seconds left, lining up for the backflip ramp. Jimmy Creedon nails it.
Still some time to drive off and give the fans one more thing to think about before they go to judgeszone.com and start putting numbers in.
But as you were talking about earlier, backflips always were the last trick to do. Now they're in the middle of the run, sometimes multiple times throughout the run.
It wouldn't surprise me if Scott Buto comes out later and does it first.
And that's the end of the run for Jimmy Creedon in Bounty Hunter. Wasn't necessarily the biggest air of the night, but he had some great moments and drove it off the track and stuck it right there.
Some of the technical things Jimmy does, I don't know how appreciated they'll be. And again, the score is 7.098. Could have been a little bit better, but nonetheless, Jimmy Creedon with another solid run.
Well, I'm stoked with the run. Because of the last 2 years, Bounty Hunter just hasn't shown up to the World Finals, and I was glad to put a run down where it actually got some decent points.
Freestyle, continues as we inch closer to crowning our Monster Jam World Finals Freestyle champion. And Bryce Kenny, the Great Clips Mohawk Warrior, still in the hot seat. Will someone be able to take the lead? Welcome back to a sold-out Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18, presented by NGK Spark Plugs. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. Bryce Kenny, Great Clips Mohawk Warrior in the hot seat right now at 8.100. But we have plenty of superstars left to freestyle and plenty who can take it away from him right now.
Another pure rookie, Matt Byton, who took over this year for the General, Brian Deegan's team in the Metal Militia truck, and has really shown us some brilliance at times, but also some growing pains as a pure rookie as he continued to compete this year on Stadium Tour 4. Probably coming off one of his strongest weekends, their last run of the year in El Paso, Texas, which about 3 weeks ago.
Well, and Scott, too, you've seen it throughout your whole Monster Jam career. You see some of these rookies come in and you're like, all right, you kind of have some big shoes to fill in with Metal Militia, a two-time World Finals champion truck, but he's owned it.
Yeah, he really has. As a matter of fact, he's taken, probably no surprise, he's taken the freestyle quicker than racing. It's been tough to keep that thing on its all four wheels when he's racing, because again, they've got that Metal Militia style, and there it is.
There it is. Big air.
Right on cue, Matt. Nice.
So it looked like he was going to hit the backflip ramp there, thought about it for a second, second-guessed it, turned around, hit that big air, but here we go for the backflip ramp.
Now, you know he's not afraid of a backflip. I mean, this guy's won 12 X Games medals, so I mean, he knows all about being extreme.
And he is not scared of landing upside down either. There we go, huge speed flying across the floor here at Sam Boyd Stadium.
That speed led him to be able to combo that up. That was a nice move.
Oh!
Well, wait, what did I tell you? That's what's grabbing him in racing all year. He kind of gets into those turns, and that old dirt monster will jump up and bite you, and it got him again, because he was having a really good run.
And that was some big air. We had the backflip, but unfortunately, I think he just started getting excited because he was having a great run and got caught up and ended up on its lid. A 7.094 for Matt Byton in Metal Militia, but congratulations to him on his first time here at the World Finals.
That was really up there. All right, I talked about him in the Open. Tyler Menninger, the champion of the Monster Jam Triple Threat East Series. This is a young man who the sky is the limit for his talent. What's interesting, though, is can he adapt his style to the big stadium?
I'm just gonna go by the seat of my pants. I'm not really playing anything, but I definitely want to go big. I'm gonna be out there, and I'm gonna be, tearing it up.
And again, MonsterJam.com has had all of the highlights. I mean, watching him stoppy, moonwalk up a ramp, and then pop into another wheel. It's just crazy what he does.
Now, talking to him earlier, I think he's been a little perplexed. A lot of people are giving him advice and talking to him. Some of the things that he has done his amazing feats on in the arenas are built into the track here. But he sees this big stadium, his first chance. He wants to air it out. So I don't know if he'll see a moonwalker. He'll try some of those things. He's going big.
I wouldn't say he's like a kid in a candy store right now, but he's a kid at the Monster Jam World Finals 18 in a Gravedigger.
You got to remember, last year he came out here for the first time, finished second in the Double Down Showdown. This year, his first time in the big bracket, he again is the runner-up. This kid is going to win world championships. Does it start tonight?
Huge air right now, doubling up on the other side of the floor at Sam Boyd Stadium. This is pretty solid.
Hang on.
I feel like I just jinxed him upside down. Yep. Tyler Menninger, that is the end of the run for him in Gravedigger right now, but
if you're out here long enough and you're one of the top contenders, you're going to have great runs, and you're going to have nights that end too early for you on this track. Big air on that one, but again, he did the air out thing we talked about. He wanted to show you what he could do in the stadium. Number's not bad at 7.105, but how about Bryce Kenny? He's getting used to that hot seat. Great Clips Mohawk Warrior is still the leader.
And for Bryce Kenny, too, you got to be just out of your mind ecstatic right now, because you know that you're against the best of the best, like Mr. Excitement himself, the two-time World Finals champion, Jim Kohler, an Avenger.
Business is picking up at Sam Boyd Stadium.
Now, is there any water left in that pond area?
If there is, he'll find it.
He's coming off of a high after yesterday in racing too?
Well, we're going to find out, because Jim Kohler, he's ready to freestyle.
I feel I have the toughest Monster Jam trucks there are out there in the world. The new truck's tougher than the old truck, and the old truck's tougher than any other truck out there. So once I start hitting stuff, I'm going to keep going big the whole night. Just hammer down for the full 2 minutes. No starting tiptoeing, no jacking around. Get in, handle the business, and make it happen all the way through. Win this thing, that's the plan.
So I saw the S10 body in San Antonio on the FS1 East Championship Series. I started wondering what he was going to do for Vegas. Love the green he's got here. I asked him if he was going to do a half S10, half 57 Chevy, and he said maybe next year.
All right, now Kohler, no.
Holy cow! Whoa!
He got it before I could say it. Known for the air. He's won the Extreme Air Award 7 years in a row in Monster Jam, and now he's already put the bar up there to win it again next year.
That was insane! And a backflip to boot. This thing might quite possibly be the toughest Monster Jam truck in the world.
That's what he just told you it was. He believes it.
One BKT tire down, but he is still going. 30 seconds left for Avenger.
Yeah, but this is going to take a little edge off what else he can do. Although I think a lot of the fans who are going to score are going to be impressed as he keeps going because he is not getting onto the throttle, flat tire or no flat tire.
I mean, have you ever known him to take his foot off the throttle?
No, sir. Not going to happen.
I mean, someone get this man his pilot's license. I still can't get over how high he was in the air.
It's something else. And, you know, the great thing for Jimmy is that for the first time really ever, he comes off a great racing night here. And so in a way, he was kind of playing with house money, and he went for it big. Look at the fans on their feet. Don't think Bryce Kinney's going to sit in the hot seat a whole lot longer. Bryce, you earned it. Glad you enjoyed your time there.
Well, here it is.
Look at this.
Insane air. I mean, I think the people in the press boxes can get a clear eye-to-eye view with him.
30, 35 feet in the air?
Oh, from the ramp, maybe.
I mean, he is that's some serious elevation hold.
The backflip, perfect.
What a run. That is a world championship caliber performance. But again, we still got so many to go. And it is a 9.240. So in this new scoring era, he's the first guy to top a 9 in the fan scoring.
Score to beat Avenger right now in freestyle, and Candice Jolly is up next in Monster Mutt Dalmatian as Monster Jam World Finals freestyle continues. We're back at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs. Jim Kohler in Avenger is your current leader with a 9.240.
Skied it up off the tires. Gave it around for my big air. I needed a good run at it, and I knew what jump to hit it. I gave the dirt guys, you know, a little bribe so they'd make it just the way I want it. To the moon, baby. The guy in aisle LL out there in the parking lot, someone's stealing his car stereo because I could see it over the top of the dome.
That's my car, Jim. Why didn't you call me earlier?
Jim Kohler, future comedian, as we get back to freestyle. Buddy Tompkins in Raising Cane, trying to catch Jim Kohler in Avenger, but not quite getting the air or putting in the full 2-minute run.
You know, again, if you're just tuning in and you're looking to say 5.8, what's that? Brand new scoring system. Every fan here has the opportunity to go to judgeszone.com, score between 1 and 10, and all those scores are average. That's why we come up with these numbers. And so far, I like the way this system's going.
It's going to be absolutely impossible to get a perfect score of a 10. And as you see, 6.289 for Dragon. John Zimmer making his third Monster Jam World Finals appearance since 2013.
There's so many great competitors here. I really quickly want to mention John Zimmer had a great year in stadium competition, as did Candice Jolly, who we're on board with in Monster Mutt Dalmatian. And boy, what do you think she's thinking? Because she was up there watching Kohler a couple of minutes ago. That's the bar you got to get over if you want to get the lead here.
And that bar right now is set at a 9.240 for Jim Kohler in Avenger, and that air, I mean, we still haven't even figured out how high that was, but let's see what Candice Jolly has to say about tonight.
Yeah, there's a lot of girls this year. The first time ever we've had 4 girls in the main show, and I'm just excited to see what us girls can do. You know, we're always so few and far between that for us to get to go up and go against all the guys is absolutely amazing for us.
And it's amazing, too, the love she gets from the fans from all over the world here in Las Vegas.
Yeah, absolutely, and she's got such a huge following here, and the pit party is almost like her private playground, especially with that Dalmatian fashion show that so many youngsters just gear up for all year.
And Candice Jolly has, over the last couple of years, really stepped up her game, and there have been some moments where she could have taken a racing or a freestyle win, and it could be her night tonight.
Great on board, so you can see how she's studying the track. When we go to those shots, watch her eyes. They're just darting left, right, because again, there's so much on this track, and you got to square it up. You don't want to hit one of these things at the wrong angle, you're going to be on your lid.
Or end up hitting the same ramp multiple times. You want to definitely give the fans a little bit of everything and really spread out throughout the track here at Sam Boyd Stadium, because compared to previous years, there are a few less hits than we've seen in the past.
Absolutely. So it's a situation where you've got to plan, you've got to kind of really have an idea what you want to do, but then you got to be ready to adapt and just go with it.
Got about 20 seconds left here in freestyle for Monster Mutt Dalmatian. Candace Jolly kind of looks like she's looking for the next move. Hopefully bringing out something huge here. Jumping the bus stack.
Nice. She's going to finish strong as we get that clock inside of 10 seconds left. You know what this water's doing whenever I'm running through it? It's creating a little mud bath over here. That could come into play later.
Looks a little slick on that corner of the track. Time is up for Monster Mutt Dalmatian. This right now is for the fans, and a great run from Candace Jolly, but I do not think it will be enough to take a lead from Jim Kohler and Avenger.
It fills the clock, gave the fans some thrills with some cool moves, and of course, anytime you see a Monster Jam truck going over a school bus, it takes me back a lot of years. That's fun stuff.
It's a 6.143 for Candace Jolly in Monster Mutt Dalmatian.
It's really hard out here. There's a lot of competition. These boys are fierce this year, and the girls too, you know. But I felt like we went out there, we gave a strong performance, the best that I could give at this point, and I'm happy with it.
And as you mentioned, her big thing is the Dalmatian Nation fashion show here in the pit party. These Monster Jam fans love to get down.
77 of them, I think, was the count. Oh, wait. The Jester, Matt Haguillo, did he count?
Stole this show. Look at him. Look at those moves with J.R. McNeil, a bunch of Florida boys up there having a good time.
You know, this is fun and this action. That's why you got to get your tickets and make sure you bring your whole family out to Monster Jam World Finals 19. Go to monsterjam.com, get our newsletter, and you'll know when those tickets go on sale.
We had Heavy D, Diesel Dave, and the entire Diesel Brothers crew here with us at the Monster Jam World Finals 18. Get your tickets for next year at monsterjam.com. They officially go on sale in September. And you might even be sitting next to some celebrities next year at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas. Right now, we are on a quest to crown our World Finals Freestyle champion. Who will it be? Find out as Monster Jam continues next. We are sold out at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18, presented by NGK Spark Plugs. I'm Ryan Lacoste alongside the Monster Voice, Scott Douglas, and Jim Kohler Avenger still in the lead right now with a 9.240.
Here she goes! Look at Rosalie!
Hey!
That's announcing your presence.
That is a flower in full bloom right there. That wildflower, one of the more unique trucks too.
First time in freestyle competition on this track. She's not even at 21 yet. She's not even graduated from Georgia Tech yet. And she's flying around here like a maniac. I love it.
But she's had a lot of great experience competing against the Todd LeDukes, Neil Elliott's, and Adam Andersons all around the country in the Monster Jam FS1 West Championship Series, bringing it into play right now.
Well, she decided to grab the balloons and take them with her.
It's almost like a daisy to go along with the wildflower right there. And the low center of gravity too. I mean, the way her and her dad handle these trucks are absolutely amazing to watch.
Yeah, you're talking, of course, about Kelvin Raymer and the Time Flies truck. There's such unique body style. Oh, she stalled. She stalled. Now the clock's frozen, Ryan. I hope she can refire. There we go.
Could it be a water issue from that fountain?
Could be. That's when these trucks aren't made to run through a bunch of water, you know? The blower will actually take in water and it'll shut the thing down, and so that's where they got to be careful. But everybody wants to go through the fountain, and everybody wants to get a backflip.
There it is.
How about Rosalie Raymer?
I don't know. That thing kind of looked like a flying squirrel getting ready to land. That was awesome. She's got 50 seconds left in freestyle. Rosalie Raymer in Wildflower is showing these fans here from around the world what's up.
This is her first competition at Monster Jam World Finals in the big show. It's not going to be her last.
And I doubt she has a short road here with Monster Jam. I mean, it is just beginning and being paved, and we have 30 seconds left for Rosalie Raymer and Wildflower.
The truck, yeah, the rear wheels don't seem to be acting right. Something with the rear steering, not at 100%, but she's not taking her foot off the gas.
Like the best of the best, you do not stop until that clock runs out, and she's jumping into some donuts. Trying to, at least, but like you said, that rear steer just isn't working out for her right now.
Cooperate. So she'll fill it out. And she's going to fill the clock, and I'm sure get a pretty decent score. And for nothing else...
There we go. One more trick.
Wait! She's trying to corkscrew!
Oh!
Can you believe that?
Almost.
Cam McQueen pulled out a corkscrew a year ago. Rosalie says, let me try that, big boy.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
Wow.
And there it is, that huge air to start things off.
That reminds you of LeDuc the year he won it, starting like that. Wow. She was up there a long time and then just nails the backflip.
And continued to work the floor with great momentum. I mean, there's fans who were loving it. Here's the replay of the corkscrew.
That just didn't quite get it all the way around.
And the way that her dad and her can save these trucks from that, I was hoping she was going to pull it off, and man, the scores would have been phenomenal, and quite possibly given Jim Kohler a run for his money in Avenger. It's an 8.155, and she looks like she
went and dove in the mud while we were getting the scores. I don't know what got into it. I told you that mud was going to come into play. I just didn't know Rosalie was going to dive in it as Colton Eichelberger, Tom Mentz's son, is on the track.
And he's off to a great start right now. Tom Mentz watching over him right now, and if Colton Eichelberger can do anything like he did in Houston and Dallas this year, this man's walking away with the Freestyle Championship.
Let's say this right now for fans tuning in who are always asking, Tom Mentz and Dennis Anderson are both here. They're both with their teams. Tom right now is on the radio talking to Colton, watching, trying to give him some guidance and helping him out. Both are recovering. They had some injuries this year and can't wait to see them both get back on the track.
And Tom Mentz, absolutely a happy camper when he sees Colton in this Monster Jam truck, representing the name and the team that he's helped build to 11 World Finals championships. And he's certain, he would put money down right now in Vegas that Colton's going to win one before the next 2 years.
Hang on to her, Colton.
On all 4 BKT tires.
2 nights ago, Colton's brother, Jared Eichelberger, was the fastest qualifier for the Double Down Showdown before being upset in that tournament, and Tristan England eventually won it. But the Eichelberger boys are coming, no doubt about it.
And kind of like Matt Biden in Metal Militia, when I first saw Colton come onto the FS1E series, I was like, oh!
Not coming back on this one.
But he came in and he blew my mind, and definitely I'm a fan of Colton Eichelberger's and Maxine. It's unfortunate that he wasn't able to put together a full run.
One of the runs you talked about that we saw here on television was actually nominated for Stadium Freestyle of the Year from somebody who didn't run full time. That's how good Colton is. And he's, you know, a terror on the Triple Threat Series in the arenas. He can do it all. As we go on board, brought to you by America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses. You can see that, and this is what Colton is seeing as he's going upside down.
It is a 6.104 for Colton Eichelberger and Max D. Jim Kohler Avengers still in the lead right now with a 9.240. Barry Musauer Zombie, Leo O'Donnell, VP Racing Fuels, Mad Scientist Freestyles are next. Welcome back to Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas for the Monster Jam World Finals 18 presented by NGK Spark Plugs and Ryan Lacoste alongside Scott Douglas. Let's hear from Rosalie Raymer after her wild freestyle in Wildflower.
It feels amazing being in second place in the World Finals. I could not be more happy with my run. Being in second to Jim Kohler, that is nothing to be ashamed of. I'm out here as a fan now, ready to watch the rest of the runs, and I'm excited for what's going to happen next.
I have to say, I really think, oh, the zombie arms are out. The zombie's coming out, but I wanted to follow up real quick. I really believe that the mud bath for Rosalie may have taught Kohler's dive in the water. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying.
It is awesome seeing zombie arms across.
Everybody's arms are going.
This sold-out crowd, Monster Jam fans from around the world ready for some zombie action from Barry Musauer and Zombie, who last year took the LeDuc lead.
Let me say one other thing as we just get him started. Barry put in a ton of work before he ever got in that truck, organizing the RC World Finals on the pit party. They were packed out there. Oh no, but he didn't want to.
And he's back on all 4 BKT tires.
I thought he was done. Oh man, let's go with Barry Musauer and Zombie. You got to start like that. Now you got to go with it. Now you got to get big.
And you've got the crowd fired up. You have their interest, and now you see if you can beat Jim Kohler right now with a 9.240 in Avenger.
If I'm up there on that roof watching, I'm going to stay out of that corner. Did you see how much that mud bogged Barry down there? He couldn't get, the wheels just started spinning, and that's going to take away from your run.
And it's not just on the pad, too. It's right on the opposite side, too, where a lot of it's been splashing. So try to avoid it, but if you can do something spectacular off of it, why not?
It's so strange, though, to have one quarter of a track soaking wet, and the rest of it's totally dry.
You can see slide across.
That's right in that spot.
Taking a bath again.
Wow.
From where Barry Musauer has come his first year in the Double Down Showdown and winning it, and now he's here in the big show. This is a true star story in the making.
Finally, he gets those wheels dried off enough to get a little momentum going.
But he's back over in the mud pit.
I swear, you get in the water and the mud, it's going to bog you down on a track where you need a lot of traction, a lot of wheel speed, and the ability to grip and go.
30 seconds left for Barry Musauer and Zombie hitting the big ramp. A little cattywampus there, but keeping it together and keeping this freestyle moving, too.
There's been some special moments, some highlights, but he's slipping around. Now he's got steering issues, and he's just going to go into reverse. Sometimes he's just going to reverse. Yep.
It's been a while since we've seen a good reverse move like that.
If the truck's not going to cooperate, just hammer it in reverse.
About 5 seconds left. Maybe we can get one Hail Mary here from Zombie, but it sounds like that's the end of the run for Bari Musawar, chasing Jim Kohler and Avenger at 9.240.
You know, if I have my phone out at judgeszone.com right now, I'm not sure what button to push. Like this, there was some spectacular to this, but again, once the wheels got wet and muddy, it just really took away from, I think, what Bari wanted to do.
And he just couldn't end up away from that corner. It's just the way he kept bouncing and getting thrown back to it. So will it be enough to take the lead from the insane air Jim Kohler has gotten earlier in the night? It's a 7.166 for Bari Musawar and Zombie, which I'd say is a pretty good score for that run.
The fans are doing a great job on this scoring.
Absolutely.
The way it averages out,
It's time for Lee O'Donnell in the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist, who had a rough night last night.
He did, but you know, one of the things, I got the chance to go to El Paso, Texas, and watch his last freestyle run. I think it was the best I ever saw him do. So he comes here with a lot of momentum. He did a lot of technical things, and he's known as a racer. He comes to race, but his game has elevated so much in freestyle that I want to see what he does here tonight.
And so far, he's got a pretty good cover of the track. I'm pretty sure we've hit all 4 corners of our freestyle course here at Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, but now we need the big air and we need those wow moments, and there's the big air.
Nice. Aired that baby out. VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist.
And for a guy who's come so close, Scott, to winning that freestyle, or just a World Finals championship in general, you got to think he is just screaming for it right now.
One of these guys who comes to town, you know, we always talk about Jim Kohler having a better shot in freestyle racing, and he surprised us last night. We always expect Lee to be better in racing, but again, he's coming in with more freestyle momentum than ever. And he's gotten off to a pretty good start. It's kind of flattened out on him a little bit. He's got to try to pick it up and get some really big moves going if he wants to take a run at Kohler.
Had some trouble there picking up some traction, got the tires wet in that muddy area, so hopefully he can avoid it for the rest of the run and do something that just erupts this sold-out crowd at Sam Boyd Stadium.
Staying busy, getting a lot of wheelies in there, but again, the floor coverage has been outstanding, but now he's got to start getting it up there. He's had a couple of big leaps, but again, he's got to now rise, and kind of build on that momentum.
He has 25 seconds to do so. Lee O'Donnell and the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist lining up for the backflip.
This may help. Got it back. I thought he was in trouble there.
All right, here it is. We're running out of time right now. 10 seconds left in freestyle for the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist. Big speed right now. Slap wheelie. Flooring it right now.
What? He did a front flip, Ryan.
That was insane. Going for one more backflip. The first ever.
Remember everything that got put into Tom trying to do a front flip as a stunt. He did that off a wheelie. Off a wheelie. Look at this place.
This place is...
Well, they've seen something no one has ever seen before.
I feel like I'm just as confused as they are. Did we really just witness that?
Well, first he gets the backflip. Look how late he waited for the backflip. There's the time. He's down to 17 seconds. And so his last move, he's coming big. Now he's going to do the slap wheelie, but what he does, he hammers the throttle. He doesn't just ride it. That is unbelievable.
Oh,
that defies gravity.
The first ever competition front flip successfully landed. Lee O'Donnell
He's got the lead.
Is your new leader with a 9.355 in the VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist.
Just making good hits, get a backflip in, and I call it the Chucky. I've been a big fan of Charlie Palkin forever. He does a slap wheelie to ramp, and I figured if I can get enough speed, it'll flip over front ways.
Well, you thought right.
Nice of him to give some credit to Charlie Palkin. Charlie's never front flipped it before. He's done some great slap wheelies. And wow, by the way, we've only completed the first hour, Ryan, and Lee O'Donnell has moved into the lead in freestyle at VP Racing Fuels Mad Scientist.
Monster Jam returns 1 week from today on FS1, where you can see the rest of the freestyle competition from Sam Boyd Stadium in Las Vegas, April 23rd at 4 p.m. Eastern here on FS1.
How is anybody going to beat that?
That was, I'm still at a loss for words right now. And that,
I didn't know anybody could beat that.
and Avenger, absolutely phenomenal. So far, what we've seen has been mind-blowing, and there's more to come. Let @LeoDonald23 and @MonsterJam know what you thought of that front flip here at the World Finals. For Scott Douglas, I'm Ryan Lacoste. We'll see you 1 week from today as our freestyle action continues on FS1.